Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Food, Wine, and Whiskey in Your Own Backyard. I am Rob, your host, and going to be a fun show tonight, for me anyway. I hope for my guest, who is actually my son, who recently turned 21, and I thought it would be fun to have him come on the show and talk a little bit about being 21, share a couple of pours, one special bottle that I've picked up for him. But anyway, my son Ian joins us tonight. Ian, how you doing, buddy?
Doing well.
Are you, were you excited that I asked you to come on the show, or are you just doing this for Pop so that,
I had to get you off the couch
to
start the show.
You did. Well, I cooked dinner. I had to cook dinner and get everything ready and then watch Mom clean up, and then we were ready to record.
I still had to get you out the couch.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. So your bourbon journey is just beginning, and that's a term in the hobby we use. Have you heard that already? Bourbon
Never.
journey?
Mm-mm.
Never heard it? Okay, if you start drinking more bourbon, you'll hear this. And now that you're 21, and if you decide to go buy bourbon or join any bourbon groups on Facebook or something, there's a whole bunch of terms. Tater would be another one, but bourbon journey is definitely one where you start kind of exploring the world of bourbons and seeing what you like and maybe starting to collect some things and things like that. But you, under my supervision and guidance, have tried bourbon before, and you have a favorite.
I've tried it, not very intelligent on bourbon.
But you've tried it, and you have one that you've tried 3 or 4, and you have one that you go, that's probably my favorite.
Yes.
And that would be
the Blantons.
Okay, and you've only had the single barrel, the standard Blanton's release here in the States. But tonight I thought it'd be fun for our first pour before we open up the special bottle. And the special bottle is an 8-year Wild Turkey 101 from 2001, which is your birth year. And I thought that'd be fun to open up to celebrate you being 21. But before we get into that, we call it a warm-up pour, getting the palate going. I thought we'd have another pour of this Blanton's Gold and see what you think about that. It's 10 proof points higher, so you're going from 93 proof to 103 proof. You think your young palate can handle that?
I'm pretty sure you've given me more.
Higher proof things, you're saying?
Uh-huh.
I'm just saying it's your first pour of the night. You haven't had anything yet. I'm going to pour us probably just an ounce or so. I don't want you to
fall over on my seat.
Yeah, get drunk or anything. I'm proud of him because he went right to nosing it first, not drinking it. So a little bit of experience there.
Definitely better than my friends. They would take it like a shot.
Would they really?
Oh, yes. If you poured them this much, they would take it like a shot.
Because
right away.
It doesn't seem like that much?
And then their throats would be burning just because they're not used to the higher proof.
So you like a bourbon, or the few that you've had, it's
I enjoy it.
Yeah. What do you like about it? Well, like when you nose this and you're kind of getting stuff on it, what do you like about it? What hits you?
Just like the authenticity of it.
Okay.
It's nice to not have it with other flavors or mixed drinks.
Oh, okay. Just being on its own.
Being on its own, being honest.
Well, what do you like when you smell it? Is there any flavor is there anything that comes to mind that reminds you of a particular flavor or, or a scent or a memory or anything? Or is it just kind of, you're trying to put it together, it just smells like alcohol, but you're trying to pick some things out still, which is perfectly fine.
I'm trying to pick some things out.
Okay. So typically in bourbon, most people would tell you they get, could be cherry, could be honey, could be brown sugar.
You mentioned cherry. It does smell like cherry.
Okay.
I don't really smell. I can smell the cherry.
Baking spices, sometimes people get, depending on the rye that might be in there, which would be like cinnamon and things like that, nutmeg or whatever. And sometimes when somebody says some of these kind of tasting profile, it'll trigger something. You go, ooh, now that you say that, I do kind of get that. It triggers that in your mind. So you're already drinking it.
I just wanted a sip.
Okay. And you like it. Is it as good as the Blanton's you remember? Because this is a different bottle.
I think I like the other one better.
Do you really? Most people in the bourbon world are going to think you're crazy.
Maybe it's just because it's the first
First
pour.
pour. I think maybe we should have. Maybe we should go get the 93. Let you try these two side by side and see what you think. What do you think about that?
You could do that.
Let's do that. Let's do that. We'll come right back. I should have thought of that out of the chute, but let's do that real quick. Let's pour both of them, do them side by side, and see what you think. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and we've got a standard single barrel 93 proof Blanton's. I should have thought of this to begin with, but nose these side by side. Let's see which one you really think you like better, because you said you think you still like this single barrel, the original, better, the standard release here in the States. But I think you may change your mind.
I don't know.
Now, remember, it's a single barrel, so each bottle can be a little different. So don't ever be surprised in the future if you get a Blanton's and you go, man, it's weird. I don't like that one. You understand what a single barrel is?
Came from one barrel.
Correct. So
and another one could come from a different barrel.
That's right, and it's one barrel. So it could be a little bit different each time. Yeah. Same kind of profile.
What about this one?
Single barrel. It's just the gold,
so
proofed higher.
Wouldn't that mean every whiskey's a single barrel?
Not every whiskey, every Blanton's is. And then they have another one called straight from the barrel. And I have one of those, but it's like 130-something proof. So it didn't get watered down. Mm-hmm. So this one gets down to 93, 103. The other one doesn't get proof down at all, so it stays around 130 or higher, depending on which one it is. Whatever it comes out of the barrel at.
So much easier on the nose at 93 proof.
Well,
at least for me.
Easier on the nose, that tells me that you're talking about ethanol, the alcohol, the burn.
Yeah.
That is true, but you also, to me, you don't have the flavor on the nose that I do on the other one.
No, you don't. You don't smell as much.
Can you leave your nose in on the gold, on the Blanton's Gold, and smell it, or does it get to, like, where it burns your nostrils?
Oh, it burns my nostrils.
It does? Yeah. I think you just got to get used to it. See, I can leave it.
No, I can't
right
do
there.
that.
No, yeah. So it's just going to take some getting used to. Not that I'm promoting that you continue to drink a lot of whiskey to get used to it, but, your palate will change. That was a joke. Your palate will change and adjust as you continue to drink bourbon. Is bourbon something you want to drink?
Bourbon is definitely something I want to drink.
Okay. You enjoy it.
Oh, yeah.
So now that you're 21, you might start hanging out with your pops and kind of exploring some different new things.
Yeah. I'm always open to try new drinks, especially if I can find a new one that I like. I remember you let me try that one Four Roses. That honestly might be the Blanton's. This one, the single barrel, not the gold one.
Okay.
I forgot which Four Roses it was.
It was a store pick from Ryan's Liquor here in town.
That one was nice.
Really good, yeah. And those are all different, too, single barrels, those picks. So look at all those right there.
Is that the same thing?
They're all different ones.
Okay.
So each one of those is from a different barrel. We're looking at a bunch of Four Roses here in the studio.
Yeah, and like every time I go out with my buddies, I'm always tempted to like maybe order a glass of bourbon.
Uh-huh.
But then I'm like,
not sure what you're getting?
Yeah, I don't know if it's good or not. Or
see, we're going to have to do a tasting with you and your buddies.
They won't know nothing.
They don't need to know anything.
Well,
they're going to learn something.
No, they won't drink it.
No, they won't?
No.
Got no interest?
No, you know what? I could get, Chase Clark. Chase Clark would love to come out. He's been trying to get into whiskey. He buys bottles. He doesn't know if they're good, but he tries.
Tell him we need to set up a little tasting with your buddies who want to, and we'll go through some.
Hayden would want to.
All right.
Get him on.
Let's dive into these two Blantons. So we got the standard 93 proofer, the 103 proofer, which is the gold. Have you tasted them and nosed them both? You have a favorite?
I smell almost like in the gold, like a vanilla.
Oh, okay. Vanilla's a great kind of profile note or tasting note or nosing note that people get. Characteristic.
Almost like a Christmassy kind of smell.
Okay. It's kind of that little baking spice.
Yeah. Like it reminds me of like a Christmas tree or something.
Which one on the nose do you like better? Because it's softer?
Now that I think about it, I think I like the gold better. I get more flavors out of it when I
There's more on the nose, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you're 21 now, you can start drinking alcohol. You dabble in bourbon a little bit with me. But when you go out with your buddies, are you a beer guy right now? What do you drink if you're going to go with your buddies? You know, you're going to the bowling alley for league night or something.
Okay, well, at the bowling alley, they don't really have much of an option. So
this is a good point.
My only choice is beer.
Okay.
And cheap beer at that.
Okay.
But when I go to World of Beer, I like to get cocktails. And I also like to try the craft beers that they sell there. Like, I recently had the 11 Below 7 Iron. I really enjoy that.
11 Below
7 Iron.
So 11 Below is the brewery. The particular release is 7 Iron.
Yes. And then I also really...
What is that? Is that a pale ale or is
blonde.
it an IPA?
Blonde.
Oh, it's a blonde?
And I also really like the... it's the No Label brewery here in Katy. The Gillies.
Oh, yeah. They've had that for a while.
I like that one.
That's a pretty good one, in honor of Mickey Gilly.
That one, I enjoyed that one.
What about wine? Are you dabbling in any?
I love wine.
You do?
I do.
Red or white? Both?
Red.
Okay, you're a bigger red guy?
I don't like white.
At all?
At all.
You will? At some point, you'll...
Maybe.
Start to try it and like it.
Not a fan of it. I prefer red.
Okay, these two... Have you got a decision yet or no?
I like the gold.
Do you really?
I do.
Tasting it and nosing it?
I was a little biased at first, but I do enjoy the gold.
Yeah, I think the gold is just way better. And again, this is a single barrel. You might find another, well, they're both single barrels, but I'm talking about the 93 proofer. You might find another one that's just really good that you like better than the gold. And that's the thing about single barrels. But for these two, kind of head to head, I agree. I think the gold is way better. It's got a nicer, we call it a Kentucky hug, where you get that warming in your chest.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
I can feel it.
The longer that kind of hangs around, we just call it a bigger Kentucky hug, a bigger squeeze. So we kind of like that with a whiskey. It doesn't burn your esophagus or your throat going down.
No, it goes down
but
easy.
It's nice in the chest. It warms it up a little bit.
A Kentucky hug.
A Kentucky hug.
Now I know.
When you're out with your buddies, you got to talk like this. You know, you got to go, hey, man, that's got a nice Kentucky hug on it. And they'll be like, what the hell are you talking about? And then if it's a single barrel, if you guys order a blend, you go, yeah, that's a single barrel. You know, they might get another bottle next month, and it'll be different.
No one really sells that.
No?
Not at any bars. I've looked around. Like, I try to find some
I would bet they have that at World of Beer.
No. Well, maybe.
You need to look. Okay.
I see all the regulars, like Elijah Craig's and Four Roses and Woodford Reserve. Things like that.
Whiskey is, all the bottles I have, at some point, whatever's left would go to you. Are you okay with that?
Yes.
You looking forward to kind of getting into the whiskey world a little bit more? Not going crazy with it, but just exploring it, sipping on it, appreciating it, you know, really analyzing what's in the glass because it's really good. And it's the American spirit. So I think that's a lot of fun. I think it's kind of cool that you and I can do that together.
I enjoy it.
Kind of go through this journey a little bit.
It's something I would enjoy to do, especially as I get older.
Yeah. And for you get to start younger, both in wine and in whiskey, which I think is great because, you know, I think
it's great because I already have a far more advanced palate than anyone that I'm close to.
Do you really?
I really do.
So let me ask you this. You're 21 and the next, you know, you're going to probably be moving out here pretty soon because you're still at home. But when you move out, how's the food scene going to be wherever you're living?
I'll be here.
What do you mean you'll be here?
Every night for dinner?
No.
I'll just be sleeping somewhere else.
No. You're going to have to lose Dad's
I don't even
cooking.
have to buy groceries.
Yeah, you do. What if me and Mom move?
I'll follow you wherever you go.
So you like Dad's cooking. It's okay.
It's the best cooking.
Oh, look at you, buddy. Buttering up to the host.
I mean, I told you the other day that I go to places, get a burger, and the first thing I compare it to is your burgers. I've never found a burger that could top yours.
Look at you. I don't know if you're shooting me a line?
No. I really mean that.
What's the favorite dish I cook that you enjoy? Give me your top 3. It doesn't have to be that 1, 2, 3, but in your top 3 dishes in no particular
order. Top 3
order.
biscuits and gravy.
Okay, homemade biscuits and gravy. Okay.
Never go wrong with that.
Okay.
Second would be your, what was it? What's it called whenever you roll it up?
Oh, you're talking about a beef Wellington?
Beef Wellington.
Beef Wellington's a good one.
Love that one.
Okay.
Okay, third one. Oh. I don't know. It might have to be... You make a lot of stuff, so it's kind of hard to choose.
Nothing jumps out at you?
Nothing crazy. I would have to go with probably your burgers.
Burgers? Okay.
If not your burgers, any of your steaks.
Okay. Steaks can't go wrong with. I thought you might...
Honestly, everything. Just put everything on the list.
I thought
Fit
you
it all
might
into
say
3 somehow.
pasta carbonara or something.
I love your pasta carbonara. I like your the one that you made not too long ago, the with the red sauce and the meat. It was
the bolognese?
Yes.
Yeah, the bolognese is really good.
Ooh, that one was really good. Just work on your...
Oh, you're going to give me something I need to work on?
Yes.
Okay.
Garlic bread.
What's wrong with my garlic bread?
Comes out too hard.
Come on, it's supposed to be crispy and crunchy.
On the outside.
It's not hard on the inside.
Sometimes it is.
That's what she said.
He's old enough now. Okay, I'll work on that. I thought it was pretty good.
That's the only critique I have.
Okay. Favorite breakfast dish? Is it the biscuits and gravy?
Yes.
Is it really?
I'll choose your biscuits and gravy over anything.
You know what I thought you were going to change it to if you thought for a second?
Benedict?
Yeah, I thought you might change it to that.
I love your Eggs Benedict. And I'm always happy to have it. Just biscuits and gravy.
Let me ask you this. Do you want to start cooking?
Yes.
Okay, should we start doing like a once a week, you cook the meal and I just kind of sous chef for you to show you how to do stuff?
Yes.
I think that's a good idea. I think it's something, getting out on your own, being able to cook not only for yourself, but if you have a girlfriend or something and being able to cook for them. I think that's a skill that's really important to have. So
I would like to learn how to cook chicken first.
You want me to tell you my favorite way to cook chicken?
What?
What do you think, if you had to guess? Seeing me do it.
Oh, the where you wrap it in the thing.
What thing? Wrap it in what thing? You want me to say it?
Yeah.
Sous vide.
Sous vide.
Yeah, well, you put it in the bag.
In the
seal
bag,
it.
yeah.
It's the best way because you can't overcook it. And chicken is one of those things, if it's not done enough, it's not good. And if it's overdone a little, then it gets dry, especially on a breast or something.
That's why I want to learn how to cook it. Because I feel like if you can learn how to cook a chicken, you can cook almost any other meat.
My tip to you would be, and I think you already like chicken thighs better than breast, don't you?
I do.
And they're way easier
tender
to cook, especially on a bone. They're hard to overcook. They just stay juicy and flavorful and good. Where a chicken breast, you can dry out pretty good. But because we like the dark meat better, that's just a good way to go. Chicken thighs, always. You can come up, it's so versatile, different kinds of marinades or bastings for them and things like that, which is, makes chicken really, really good. All right, what else? What else you like to, favorite dessert?
Of yours?
Yeah. No, of course of mine.
I told you this the other day when we were talking about it with
Well, you said you wanted that. I didn't know it was your favorite.
I wanted it because it is my favorite.
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay.
Chocolate lava cake.
Chocolate lava cake. Okay.
With the ice cream, of course.
Got to have the ice cream.
You have to.
Yeah.
It's that nice cool with the hot chocolate.
All right. If you could learn to cook one dish.
Beef Wellington.
Is it really?
Yes.
Okay, it's not hard.
It seems fun.
It is fun. It's expensive, especially in today's world with how expensive things have gotten. But yeah, that's if you can learn to cook that and follow the technique right. Not that it's really hard, but man, that's an impressive dish to cook for somebody. Carter and I did an episode a few months back called 5 Dishes to Impress Your Guests, and I think that was on both of our lists.
Beef Wellington?
Yeah, that's a fun one to cook. You cook it for somebody, you slice that baby open. people ooh and ah a little bit because it's a pretty dish and tasty.
Very tasty.
Yeah, absolutely.
My favorite. One of my favorites.
All right, we're going to be heading out of town this weekend. Father's Day weekend. We're heading out of town for a week. We're going to go hang out with some family up in Arkansas and Hot Springs area. Are you looking forward to that?
Yes, of course.
You going to hang out with Garrison?
Yeah. Gonna maybe go golfing.
Maybe.
Bowling. I have no idea what we have planned at all.
We just got a cabin on the river. We're just going to hang out. Float. Fishing. A little fishing. Probably a little bourbon, some cards, a little beer.
Yeah.
Some
Lots
burgers.
of beer.
This will be your opportunity to cook the burgers.
I don't know if I want to cook for that many people.
Tell everybody what is your ultimate burger? How do you build your burger? If I'm cooking you a burger and I go, Ian, how do you want it tonight? Not necessarily how you want it cooked, but how do you want it built?
Lettuce.
Okay.
Tomato.
Okay.
Condiments too?
Everything.
Okay.
Give me type of cheese. Give me everything.
Okay. First of all.
And we're definitely going brioche bun.
Yes.
Okay.
First of all, cheese, Monterey Jack.
Monterey Jack. Okay.
And then lettuce, tomato.
Okay.
I do like caramelized onions.
That's typically what we do. Because I don't like onions.
Mayonnaise on one side of the bun.
Okay.
Then bacon jam.
I like the bacon jam. That's a good way to go because it's a nice, even. It's not like
Easier
bacon
than
where you can
making
pull
bacon.
off. Yeah, and you can pull off a whole slice of bacon when you go to bite or something. Bacon jam just is like a condiment and covers that whole side of the bun.
It gives like a nice smoky flavor.
Oh, it does. Good call on that.
And then so caramelized onion, lettuce, tomato, mayo, bacon jam, and then probably fried egg. Top it off.
Got to have the fried egg.
And that's it.
Well, I thought you were going to say one more thing.
What?
The brioche buns have to be toasted.
Well, you said how I want it built. You said
you want a
I thought
toasted
that was a
bun?
given. Of course.
I said it's going to be a brioche bun, and I was waiting for you to go, but you better toast that bad boy.
Yeah. Always a toasted bun.
Always got to have a toasted
I thought that's
bun.
a given.
No, I'm just picking at you, but yeah. A lot of people don't toast their buns. So, people listening got to know that that's part of building the burger is a toasted bun.
People don't know anything.
What? Hey, that's kind of rude.
Are you telling me it's normal to not have a toasted bun?
But a lot of people don't toast their buns when they make hamburgers.
Well, if anyone's listening and they don't have a toasted bun, they better toast it. They're missing out.
That's your recommendation.
Yes.
Okay. All right. What's your favorite side to go with that burger?
Fries.
Okay. Homemade?
You never go wrong with some fries.
Double fried?
Double fried, and it has to be seasoned. Not just salt on it.
Are you talking about like a French fry seasoning?
Yes. Some type of seasoning.
Okay. Do you ever like a spicy fry where you might put some cayenne or something on there?
No, I like truffle fries.
Oh, truffle fries. Okay. That's a good one.
Truffle fries are really good.
Do you want to crack into this wild turkey and see what you think this is your birthday bourbon?
What's this one?
Oh, well, this is another. Why
don't we save the birthday bourbon for last?
Okay. So this is another wild turkey product, and it's called WB Saffel. It's a little bit, it's right in the ballpark. It's 107 proof. We had 103 on the Blanton's Gold, so I think we'll be fine. Let's have a little of this. It'll get you to that wild turkey profile before we pop that bottle. So probably a good idea.
Okay. Well, how much proof is the wild turkey?
101. That's why it's called 101.
Oh.
You're going to learn these things. Got to have this too. Okay. Which glass you got?
This one's empty.
Okay.
I don't need to wash it out.
Yeah. I'll pour me a little. So this bottle only comes in 375.
It's so sweet.
Isn't that nicer? Wild turkey, get a lot of cherry on that.
It smells like honey.
Oh, okay. I like that.
You don't smell the sweetness in this?
I do.
It smells very sweet.
You like the nose on that one? How does it compare to the Blantons?
It smells better.
Okay, now we're growing.
I
like that. Making progress.
It smells very nice.
That's what she said.
You like The Office?
My favorite TV series of all time.
Favorite character on The Office?
Dwight Schrute.
Is it your favorite? Give me a couple of instances or a couple lines or a couple scenarios in the show where you thought it was just hilarious.
Whenever Jim was pulled the prank on Dwight when he had gone to the dentist and had the Asian guy come in and impersonated him as his as Jim.
Yeah.
And had the photos and everything set up with Pam, and Pam went along with it too.
He photoshopped himself into the family pictures and stuff. That was a pretty good one.
That was just all the little pranks that they do on each other is just hilarious. And then Dwight's reactions just like top it all off.
Yeah, Dwight's a pretty funny character. That's one of my favorite shows of all time. What's funny is I never really watched that show.
I told you guys about it.
No. We were watching it.
You guys had watched it.
Yeah, we had already
watched it. And I had watched it, and I told you guys need to watch this again. And you watched it.
But when it was actually on network television, me and Mom didn't watch it. We never got into it. But it was just not until years later that, it's just hilarious. It's one of my favorite all-time shows now. Is there any other older sitcoms that you really enjoy?
Friends.
Do you really? Have you ever seen Seinfeld?
I have. Not really a fan.
What?
I just don't think it's that funny.
Okay. Now I'm going to challenge you to go give it a shot, watch at least 2 seasons, and then if you come back with the same opinion, I'll be all right with that.
I could do that.
Okay, because I think you will actually think it's hilarious.
I've just seen it on...
It's way better than Friends.
Maybe.
Oh, no, it's not even a maybe. It's way better than Friends.
Maybe. Never know.
Boy. Okay. So how do you like this Wild Turkey WB Saffel? Pretty good.
It's a Wild Turkey?
It's a Wild Turkey product.
Oh. What's the difference?
Well, they just have, it's a different distillate. They make it just a little bit different, proof it a little bit different.
You said this is a 107?
107 proof.
Yeah.
So 53
Which is
and a half.
higher than the gold.
Yep, that was 103.
It doesn't even taste like it. It goes down so easy.
Does it really? I haven't tasted it yet.
At least for me.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Well, at least for me.
It went down really smooth.
Yeah, it's pretty nice, huh?
Where do you even find these? Is there an app or something?
No. You just kind of find them when you can, when they hit store shelves and stuff. There's a lot of good whiskeys on the shelf all the time, and we'll go through that at some point, me and you. But there's some other ones that are harder to find that, certain times of the year, certain things come out and things like that. And you just kind of know, or you get to know people that work at the stores or in the industry, and they'll kind of give you a heads up or whatever that things are about to hit. But usually you just know because you've been doing this for a little while. But if you're new to it, like I said, the bourbon groups on Facebook and things will always, in towns and markets, there's some national ones, but like Houston has some that are specific to Houston. And somebody might post, hey, Total Wine just put out Eagle Rare or something like that. So everybody knows. And, 10 minutes later, there's 50 people had Total Wine trying to get the Eagle Rare. So, but this is one of 2. So they make this one, which is WB Saffel. And then they make another one that's 375 called, I can't think of it now. I'll think of it in just a second. Something Bond. Because I think it's a bottled and bonded at 100 proof, but something Bond. I can't think of it, but I'll think of it in a second. But yeah, fun little whiskey. Only comes in a 375. But you can see there I've got several left.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites. It's one that I really enjoy. So I'm sure a couple of those would be yours at some point.
Not hard to find?
No, that one comes out once or twice a year, and that's it. So
how did you get a hold of so many?
Well, because when they come out, I pick up a couple each time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, because you always want to have kind of a backup, the one to drink and one to hold on to.
You're just letting those age.
They don't age anymore. Whiskey is not like wine. Wine, we always talk about it continues to change in the bottle.
Yeah.
Whiskey doesn't. Once it's out of the barrel and into the bottle, it doesn't change anymore at all.
Really?
You just don't want it to get ruined by being in heat or in sunlight. So you keep it like up here in a dark, cool space, and it'll be fine for pretty much, I mean, a long, long time before it might actually
Not
go
like
by.
forever.
Go bad. Yeah. Well, not forever, but for a really long time. And you know, today's world, the process, they make it so much, they use a process that's probably better, that it's probably going to last a lot longer than, you know, a whiskey you got in the 1800s or, you know, early 1900s.
So if you found a bottle in the early 1900s, would it still be drinkable?
Maybe. I know there's a guy here in town that gets some really old bottles from, you know, the early 1900s, whether it be, you know, like 20s and 30s and things like that, and they drink them. So
Does that automatically make the price go higher?
Not necessarily. Just depends on what kind of whiskey it is and what it, you know, who made it. And I mean, age does give it some additional value, but there's new whiskeys that come out that are, I mean, hit the shelf today, and we call it the secondary market, where in the store it might be retail $99, but you can't get it in the store because it doesn't hit the shelf because it's so limited. But if you find it on a secondary area, it might be $800, just like that.
Off of like a buyer?
Off of somebody who found it for $99. We call it flipping it.
Yeah.
Trying to flip a bourbon to make money. I would never flip a bourbon. I like to drink what I have. So, and I don't buy secondary. I just don't do that. I'm not going to spend my money that way. There's enough good stuff on the shelf or good things that I can get. So, but people do it. It's a big thing, dude. Don't get caught up into that.
So these are all hard to find, and they're all obviously good.
Yeah.
Not saying all these, but could I go walk into any liquor store and find a nice bottle?
A nice bottle? Yes, absolutely. So bottles that are on the shelf all the time are things like, you know, the Old Forester line. Anything from Wild Turkey, even the current 101. So what we might do next time, we'll open this bottle and enjoy it tonight. But the next time, maybe we'll put this up against current day 101. Okay. And you can see how the 101 from 21 years ago is different from what got bottled this year. Okay. That might be fun to do sometime. But on the shelf all the time, I mean, Wild Turkey products are fantastic. That one that says Russell's.
That's Wild Turkey?
That's Wild Turkey. The master distiller the master distiller at Wild Turkey is Jimmy Russell, used to be. He's still there as kind of the, he's just a legend there. And then his son, Eddie Russell, is now the master distiller. So the Russell's family now has their own line from Wild Turkeys, and it's called Russell's Reserve. Okay. So they make a line of products, whether it be a single barrel or they make some rye, they make some other things, and so they have their own line of product. Okay. And you got Rare Breed, if you look over here. Yeah. So that's another Wild Turkey product. That green Russell's is the rye I was telling you about. So all kinds of stuff from Wild Turkey, which is fantastic. I think you can get some really good stuff from Jack Daniels. You can get some really good stuff from Four Roses, the single barrel.
I like the Four Roses.
Four Roses single barrel is good. The small batch select is good. And then Knob Creeks, from Jim Beam. There's some other Jim Beam products, but, there's some really good stuff on the shelf. You don't have to go looking for or spending a lot of money to try to find what we call hard to find things. Mm-hmm. Just drink what's on the shelf and kind of figure out what profile you like, because each distiller is going to have a different way of how they're using those grains to make the whiskey. And you're going to figure out, what suits my palate, what I like more is this particular distillery, what they're doing. And so you might gravitate more to that and trying their products. And then maybe going up and going, I like, these lower end ones. I want to go spend $100 and try one of their nicer bottles and see what I think. And that's fine. At least you like their product. So that's the fun way. And we'll do that with you. It'll be a lot of fun. So you like this WB Saffel?
I enjoy it.
Okay. You want to crack the turkey?
It's definitely a lot. Like I said, it's so sweet. Almost like...
It is pretty sweet on the nose, huh?
I just smell like honey every time I put my nose up to it. And it's like... I can hold my nose there longer rather than the Blanton's Gold, like you were telling me to.
And this one's a little bit hotter too. You can hold it there longer, so the ethanol isn't as coming off it as much as the Blanton's was on you. It's pretty good, huh?
It is.
So you like it pretty good.
That one's very good.
Yeah. Nice Kentucky hug.
Yeah. Almost forgot about that. I gotta learn all the lingo.
You got to learn the lingo, man. It's like golf. If you're not any good, you still have to have a nice set of clubs so people think you're a good golfer until they see you swing on the first hole. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not you. You're a good golfer.
Not really.
Not as good as me, but you're okay.
Better than you.
I don't know.
Take you to the course.
I think I've been on the course with you several times, and somebody gets a little upset.
We can take you to the course.
Okay. I think I got you on the lanes, too.
Oh, never.
Come on.
Not on the bowling lanes.
Come on.
Never.
Look, I went out with you, a couple weeks ago. First time in 20 years bowling. I hung with you.
That was 3 months ago.
Not even.
That was like a month and a half ago.
Yeah, like a month ago. I hung with you.
The lanes are dry, and you're throwing a straight ball.
But that's my point. I'm going to go get me another ball where I can throw a hook, and it's over.
All right.
It's over.
We'll go in the morning on a Monday or Tuesday morning.
I'm just kidding.
Before I bowl league.
You're a pretty good bowler.
And I'll show you what's up.
He's a pretty good bowler. Where did bowling come back? I mean, all of a sudden I'm hearing not all, but a lot of people who have kids your age saying they're back into bowling. How did bowling become cool again?
You heard it from other people?
Garrison and all them are bowling up there. Bryant Chambers and them now apparently like to go bowling. Bowling's kind of hip again all of a sudden. Where did that come from?
I have no idea. It was one night, me and my buddies went up. We're like, hey, let's go bowling. Went bowling, and then we see like all these guys next to us having their own balls, and they're hooking it like from gutter to gutter and hitting strikes. And we're like, we want to do that.
Yeah.
So they let us throw their balls, and we were throwing them, having fun. And then we're all like, you know what? We should get some balls and start bowling now. So that's what we did.
So it wasn't anything you saw on whether it's social media, TikTok or whatever, people were bowling. It was just you and your buddies one night said, let's go bowl. Let's go hang out at the bowling alley for a little while.
Yep.
And it just kind of morphed into now you and your buddies are on a bowling league.
Yep.
Are there any young teams like you guys? You guys are all 21, and some of them are 22 or about to be 22, and that's
There's a lot of young teams.
Is it really? See, that's my point.
And
Bowling's
there's a
cool
lot of course, older people as well.
I don't want to say bowling was never cool. I'm probably saying that wrong.
Bowling's
in mainstream again. Bowling's hip again, where younger people are doing it. I think a lot of people think of bowling as, the older people going to the bowling alley and hanging out, and there still are, which is it's a great thing, but you just see more and more young people doing it, which is pretty cool.
I think you could say the same thing about golf.
Yeah, but I think there's great YouTube channels that help the golf.
Yeah,
there's no YouTube bowling channels. I looked.
There is.
There is.
There is, but nothing like you would find on Good.
Okay.
Nothing like that. I mean, if me and my buddies tried doing it, we'd probably take off somewhere with it on the bowling.
So the two best bowlers on your team, it's 5-man team, right?
We have a 5-man team, but for league,
4 guys bowl.
Only 4 can bowl.
And the top 2 guys on your team are?
Me and Hayden.
Better known as?
Nighthawk and Dragon.
Nighthawk and Dragon.
I'm not going to reference where that's from.
If you know, you know?
If you know, you know.
Okay, so we'll leave it at that. I was going to say it, but I won't.
Nighthawk and Dragon.
Okay, that's the team.
Uh-huh.
All right. Let's rinse your glass. You get to open the bottle. This is your wild turkey. You going to finish that or dump it? Yeah, you can dump it. You can dump it. Okay, or you can finish it. Just give that a swirl and dump it out. And then you get to open. This is your birthday bottle.
How do I oh, it's just a regular cap?
No, it's got a cork in there, but you're going to have this little right here. See where you peel that around. The other way. There you go.
Can't get it.
So besides beef Wellington, what would be 2 or 3 dishes you'd like to, and a burger? We already talked about a burger. Beef Wellington being the technical. What's 2 or 3 other dishes you'd like to cook or learn to cook? Don't twist too much. You're going to just kind of.
What do I do?
Just kind of just
lift
gently
it up?
And lift it up. Because you don't want that cork to break. Shouldn't. It's not that old. It's only 21 years old. There you go.
Right.
Yeah, cork's in good shape. Okay. Since I don't want to snap off on you potentially, but no, it's good.
You pour or me pour?
Why don't you pour them, dude? About time you pour your pops a drink. So what are 2 or 3 other dishes that, going out and getting ready to live on your own that you'd like to be able to cook so when you're at home, that's good, yeah. You can just, cook something up when you come home from work or something.
Your pasta carbonara.
I think pastas are a good one. Pastas aren't real hard.
Pastas are pretty easy.
Pretty easy. Yep. Pasta carbonara is a good one. You do this with your hand, and you do this, and it just smells good.
Actually?
Yeah. You want me to do it?
Do it.
You get the rest. Now smell your hand. See?
Yeah.
So pasta carbonara. Is there like an easy go-to?
Salmon.
Oh, salmon's good. Yeah.
Salmon, like
what did we cook?
Like we had tonight.
Yeah, what did we cook tonight? Tell people what we had.
I couldn't tell you. It was like a honey glaze over the salmon.
It was a honey garlic glazed.
What else was on it? There was like some type of like nut almost.
No, that was the garlic that you saw.
Oh, that was the garlic.
That was the garlic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the glaze is you put honey, some low sodium soy sauce, and then you put some red pepper flakes, and you mix that all up real well, and some lemon juice went in there, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice.
And you topped it off with lemon.
Mix that up really well. When you cook your salmon, cook it skin side up first. Get a nice crust on it for about 5 or 6 minutes. When you turn it over, then you're going to add a little bit more oil, throw in your garlic, let it get fragrant, and then you're going to dump in that marinade, and then you're going to start basting your salmon with that. Finish it off, let it thicken up. And then when you plate it, you put a nice lemon wedge on top so you can squeeze that lemon all over it again. So came out pretty good, didn't it?
Yeah. How do you feel about people eating the skin off of the fish?
Doesn't bother me a bit. There's certain fish that I do that with. Salmon's not one of them.
Why?
But I don't know. It just doesn't. The salmon meat to me pulls off the skin very easy. So I just eat it that way. But like when we make red snapper, I eat the skin. I cook it that way with the skin, and we eat the skin. You knew that, right?
No, I didn't.
The skin's always on there.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So to me, it's just type of fish. But eating the skin, I think, is a great thing. There's a lot of nutrients, and it's
so good. You could just, like we had today, the salmon, you could eat the skin if you wanted.
Yeah, you sure could. Yeah.
Okay.
But the meat, when you go to fork it, it just comes right off the skin. So I've just
always
never done
ate
that.
it like that because, this is just how I've seen it. So, I thought that's how you're supposed to eat it.
I think there's probably some people who eat the skin. I think a lot of times there's some places that serve it with skin up, and you probably cut through the skin. I don't know. I think I've seen that, but you can eat it for sure. Okay, so this is coming down a little bit. So 107 proof on that WB Safflo. Now we're down to 101. So easier on the nose.
I think the WB Safflo is the easiest on the nose.
Really?
For me. I don't know. My nose is weird, I guess.
This one's pretty good. You like it?
I'm just trying to figure out what I smell.
But just initially, is it pleasing to you? You go, okay.
It is very pleasing.
Okay, good.
It's not too strong.
Nope.
Right now, the strongest is the Blanton's Gold.
I would agree.
I could barely keep my nose in there.
Boy, you're just opening the door.
Mm-hmm.
This one's pretty solid, though. The nose is fantastic. It's a little more subtle, meaning it doesn't have that big punch on the nose. But if you just kind of get in there and find those aromas, those flavors, it's there, and it's very nice, very pleasant. Should we try it?
Yeah.
Dive in. And if you don't like it, you're not going to hurt my feelings.
No, I like it.
Do you like it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think it's really, really good.
It is very good. Ooh.
Solid bourbon. So this bourbon went into the bottle the year you were born.
Yeah.
Within months, you came into the world, this went into the bottle.
Uh-huh.
So you came out of the womb into the world, this came out of the barrel into the bottle.
Uh-huh.
Pretty cool.
Maybe on the same day. We don't know.
Oh, it could have been. Yeah, you never know. Within months, for sure. But could have been on the same month, whatever. Yeah.
Ooh.
You like that one?
That's good.
It's got a nice Kentucky hug, too, huh? For being 101 proof, it's just got a really nice finish on it.
You know, when we were drinking the WB Saffel, I didn't feel that Kentucky hug, that warmth in my chest.
You didn't?
No.
Oh, really? Okay.
But I feel it with this one.
You do? Okay.
And I felt it with both Blantons.
Oh, both of them?
Both of them.
But you like this one?
I do like this one.
Okay.
Ooh, it tastes good.
It does taste good.
It tastes like chocolate in my mouth.
Okay. I can see that. This will be a fun one to drink on. Next time we get together, we'll and pour some bourbons. I think it would be fun to have you try this one from your birth year against what's being bottled in today's world and see how we think they might be different. That might be fun to do.
We could do that. That would be fun.
Absolutely.
Definitely like to try some other things that you have.
So what would you like to try?
How about I get to go down to your collection, choose a bottle of my choosing?
Anything that you want to open?
Not open.
I mean, try.
I'll pick one that's already open.
Okay. We can do that anytime you want.
Yeah. I would love to do that.
Yeah. And like I said, we should get your buddies over now. If they want, we'll do a little tasting.
I'll get the ones who would want to try it.
Yeah. Who are interested in it, for sure. So I'll teach you kind of the different types of bourbon bottles, whether it be, a single barrel or cast strength or barrel proof or small batch, all the different things. So when you go to the store and you're thinking about buying a bourbon.
Oh, I would love to learn that.
Yeah.
I would love to pick
Well, here's what I could tell you.
pick their variants about it, whatever got.
You need to go listen to your dad's episode of Bourbon Basics. There you go. Tell you and your buddies, and then we'll do the tasting.
I would love to learn a lot more about wine.
We can do a wine tasting, too. That'd be a lot of fun. I owe you a dinner with your buddies.
You don't really owe us. You just want to do it for us.
Well, I said I would do it for you,
Yeah.
so I still will do it for you. Cook a nice dinner. We'll have some bourbons and stuff before dinner, and then we'll have some nice wines with a nice dinner.
I'll have to invite certain friends for that.
3 friends. 4 total.
Okay. I'll have to invite the ones that like wine.
And like
'cause
good food.
None of them like wine,
None of them?
except for Evan.
Hayden doesn't like wine? I thought he told me he was starting to drink wine.
No, he's starting to drink whiskey.
Oh, okay.
Me and Evan are the only ones who like wine. The only mature ones, I guess.
Wine doesn't make you mature. It's just it takes a little while to get used to. Like anything else, it's can be different. Some people like it right out of the chute, some don't. But it took me a while to like wine. Your mom liked it a whole lot earlier than I did, but now I love it. Down the rabbit hole.
That is true. I heard stories. You were very picky.
I was a picky eater, very, very picky eater. Now I like everything. So people change. Your palate's going to change. Things you like today in 10 years, you're going to be like, man, I can't believe I used to like that. Now I don't, and it's just the way things go. You evolve.
Maybe so.
Maybe so.
Maybe so.
Maybe not.
That is also true.
So, all right. You're happy with your birthday bottle?
I'm very happy.
Well, I appreciate you coming on and
I can't wait to drink it again.
Letting us do this as an episode of the podcast and kind of putting it out there for everybody to say happy birthday to you. You turned 21. We can start, going to bars. We can do our golf trips now and go to a dinner and have drinks together, a bottle of wine or a glass of whiskey. And I'm looking forward to doing things like that with you. So
don't
it'll be a lot
ever
of
have
fun.
to be worried about being carded.
Yeah, no
Ever.
more. You still need to get on the driver's license. Onto the DMV and change your driver's license.
I do.
That was a little reminder that you reminded me of when you said getting carded.
Yep.
Well, buddy, thanks for coming on the show. Did you have a good time?
I did.
You weren't nervous at all?
Never nervous.
You didn't seem like it. All right. Well, I had a good time. You're going to come on again and do another show?
I would love to.
Think we can get your buddies on?
Yeah.
When we do the tasting, would they do it on an episode?
Of what?
The show.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe we can get that to work a little bit. We'll try that out. I had a lot of fun, son.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks, everybody, for listening to this episode of Food, Wine, and Whiskey in Your Own Backyard. And until our next episode, Enjoy your next pour.